I'm JD Collett. I'm a Marine Corps vet of the Vietnam War. While there, I was wounded twice. I was discharged from the Marine Corps in 1979. Once I got back, I married, and one thing I found out was that it seemed like the whole world had changed since I had actually came back from Vietnam. I started having anxiety attacks, tremendous nightmares, depression, and would go from emergency room to emergency room thinking I was having a heart attack and was dying. For the next 30 years, I started just living in a bottle. I wasn't really there for my wife or my kids while they were growing up. And April Fool's Day 1997, I'd been retired a year, I was called and told that my son had committed suicide. He committed suicide on April Fool's Day 1997. From 1997 to 2009, I pretty well lived in a bottle. I was to the point where I no longer wanted to be on this earth, and I had a Marine actually took me to the VA hospital in Dallas. Once there, I ended up spending 39 days in the psychiatric ward. Finally, I asked one of my doctors, has my life come down to playing bingo for Hershey bars and looking through that 5-inch glass? And she told me, she said, there's help, and we're gonna get you some help. I took off on a motorcycle trip and was gone for 6 weeks, waiting to go to a PTSD program in Waco. Once I arrived there, then they began to slowly learn me coping skills and got me on the right medication, and to the point where I actually wanted to live and I actually wanted to make a difference. After graduating from the PTSD program, I actually had control of my life. Since that day when I walked out there in 2009, I never took another drink. When I left there, I decided that for the rest of my life, I wanted to help veterans so they wouldn't have to go through years and years and years of chaos and being a burden on their families. They could be productive. With Task Force Homefront, we meet the vet where they're at and when they call us. We want the veterans to get the services that they deserve, and we want them to be able to enjoy a family and enjoy the life around them.